OCD. And I was like, what? And it was like, as they kind of peeled away, I realized it's like all these years of me telling myself that it's worthless, pointless, and stuff. And then I started going, no, I need to change this. So, like, one of the reasons I started the podcast was I was always self-sabotaging. I would hide in the shadows. I would never step out into the light and try things. And I remember doing it, and I thought, I'm going to get this wall of people taking the piss. And I started getting positive comments from friends, and I thought, all right, where's the joke? I had my first real girlfriend, emotionally manipulative. She used to claim I was flirting with every waitress. I was flirting with every female that was about, because she was, I now know, had the low self-esteem. But in my head, when I got my second girlfriend, who was cuddling up, always wanted to be with me, spend time with anything nice she did, I thought, okay, where's the mind game? What are you going to do? How are you going to, And it's amazing how our minds affect us. So where do you stand in the line then between changing now for the better to dealing with the damage first? Because you said about flying the plane and fixing the plane at the same time. Should we pick a goal and work on that, or do we need to deal with the shite first, because then we at least have a more positive outlook? Would our goals be affected? Would we pick a poorer goal because we haven't dealt with the inner child that needs healing, so to speak?
Beautiful question. So my answer is you do both. You just whatever's most important to you. If you're so I work there's kind of two types of avatars I generally work with. It's people that generally just want to, it's the 80-20. 80% they want to work on them. 20% it's generally their business, their career or relationship, the tactics of that. So it depends on, I guess, what's the bleeding neck problem that you've got. Is it like, hey, look, my relationship's on the rocks. It's about to turn to shit, and I know it's coming from me, and I really need to work on me, and I want to solve these things right now. Then probably the inner work's probably more urgent for you right now. So a client that I'm working with, Rob, if you watch this and listen to this, she's a fucking legend, and she's working on building a coaching business quite similar to the structure I'm doing. So she's come to me and says, look, I want to build a business, but I still want to work on myself. And they both go hand in hand, your personal life and business life, they flow over to each other. If you're struggling personally, you're going to struggle professionally. If you're struggling professionally, it's going to come into your personal life again. So the answer is both. It's just, for me, I have my formula. I have a course that I do, and or a process that I take all of my clients through. And there's foundational things that I always prioritize. So I always do values first, purpose, mission, vision, and my main tool, mastering perceptions, where you learn how to balance and dissolve any problems, any trauma, any guilt, any shame, anything like that. So I always do that first. And then I generally actually ask the client, hey, look, these are the things that we're going to go through. What's most important to you? What's your bleeding neck problem? So for me, there's definitely a foundational level that I always start with: values, purpose, mission, vision. So values are what's most intrinsically important to you. That's your authentic self. That's how you feel confident. That's how you feel whole. I said this on a podcast last night. Low self-worth is feedback that you're not living in alignment with your values. So if you're feeling shit, you're beating yourself up, you're lacking self-worth, you're lacking confidence, you are not living in alignment with your values. It's the feedback to give you that the universe is sending you, or life is giving you, that you're not being authentic. If you will never feel whole trying to be number two of someone else. So understanding what your values are, which are yours, and everyone's are unique. Mine are different to yours. Yours are different to your friends, to your clients, to anyone you've had on this podcast. Everyone's got their own unique set. And just for context, most people have a very skewed perception of values. They think it's honesty, loyalty, respect, integrity, freedom. That's not the case. Values are things that are areas of your life that you prioritize. You think about it, you do it, you spend money on it, you invest into it, you do those things. Honesty is the funniest example. I say, it's funny in a crowd. I did it the other week. So I say, who here values honesty or thinks they do? And most people put their hand up. I say, who here's lied in their life before?